Hey everyone, I'm Allison and you're watching Long Island Thrifter. Today, I'm just going over some eBay basics: sourcing, pricing, and making offers. The main reason I decided to do this video was because I'm part of several eBay reseller groups on Facebook. I've noticed that whenever someone who's new to reselling has a question, they are ripped apart by people who, I don't know if they think they're helping them or not, but it's nasty. I mean, it's gotten to the point where a lot of people will start a post off by saying, please be nice in your response, because there's so many nasty people out there. I've seen a lot of questions come up on these eBay reseller Facebook groups, and I thought, well, let me just answer some of them, or just go through the basics of eBay reselling, and maybe it'll help somebody without anyone getting snarky with each other. We don't need that. We got enough of that in the world, don't we? Right? Let's start with the basics of eBay reselling. Starting with sourcing. Obviously, that's the most fun part. You're going on the treasure hunt. Yes, there are thrift stores, there are yard sales, there are garage sales, flea markets, dumpster diving. Yes, people do that. I didn't do it where I went into the dumpster, but I saw some neatly arranged bags next to a dumpster, and I did find some really good stuff. Buying storage units, that to me is the biggest gamble. I wouldn't do that necessarily if you're just starting out, because wow, it's like a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're gonna get. I've watched enough videos on YouTube and on television about people buying storage units, and not only some of them go for high-priced amounts, but then you have to clean it out and get rid of the garbage and keep what you're going to keep. Do that, I think, all that day. So you have to be prepared for that. That's something I think I would wait until I know what I'm doing. The best place to start by selling your own crap. We all have stuff in our homes that we have never used. I mean, there's things that are new in box, new with tags in your closet. Everyone has them, so don't tell me you don't have it. There are tons of things that you look around and you say, why did I buy that? Or I haven't used that in years. I haven't worn that in years. Go through your home. You've already invested the money in this stuff. Or maybe it was given to you as a gift. Just don't tell your family or friends, because then they might go, I gave that to you. But definitely start at home and figure out what you don't need. It's an easy way to get yourself started in this. Another thing that people do, there was someone I knew who had a neighbor who would go out the night before the trash was collected, and they went to like Beverly Hills and they picked up like some fantastic stuff. You could drive around after, I think most municipalities, it's like 5 p.m. the day before you can put your garbage out. Unless you're in New York City, I think it's 8 o'clock now because of the rats. But you might find things that are on the curb as well that people are getting rid of. I know a lot of people who restore furniture who find things on the curb that people are getting rid of. So it's something to think about too. Whatever you can get for free is great, because you're not investing your own money. And if you're just, again, starting out in eBay reselling, you should do it with putting the least amount of money into it so that you can maximize your profits. The next thing you want to do is check resale prices. The best way to do this is to either go on eBay and type in what the item is to look up the prices that they're selling for, but more importantly, what they've sold for. That's the key. You want to look at what has sold, not what it is selling for. Anyone could list anything for any price they want to, but it's what the sold comps are that are most important. That way it'll give you an idea of what to set your price at. I'm here in eBay and I want to look up a Ray Dunn gobble butter dish. And I find that there are 39 for sale. But for sale is not the most important thing I want to see. I go down the side over here to sold items, and I press that button, and it shows me that 3 of these have sold in the last 90 days. The one I have is this one. Someone put it up for auction and they only got 3 bids. This is why I don't like auctions. This one sold for $15. I don't have this one. This is got a turkey on it. So this gives me an idea of what it can sell for. If we look back at the ones that are for sale, you can see that the prices are around the $15 to $20 or $22 mark. I think I'm going to hold off on selling this one until maybe September as we get closer to the holidays. But that's how you look it up on eBay. If you can't find an item on eBay by typing in the information, you can always use Google Lens by just taking a picture of the item and seeing what pops up. Oftentimes you'll find the item not just on eBay, but many other sites like Poshmark or Mercari. And then you can see how it's written and then put that into the eBay search bar, and then you'll find your item. For items that have barcodes on them, on boxes or books, you can just use the eBay app itself. In the search bar to the right, there's a little camera, and when you touch that, you can put it up to any barcode and it'll tell you what it is. I borrowed one of my mom's books, Barefoot Contessa books. So that's an easy way to also scan items while you're in a store. If there are 500 items listed and only 2 have sold in the last 90 days, well, that's not a really good selling item. That's going to probably be in your inventory sitting for quite a long time. Now, on the other hand, if you find an item and there are 20 for sale, but 50 have sold over the last 90 days, those are really good comps. Definitely look for those kinds of items. And as you do this more and more, you get to know what to look for. Another thing to be conscious of, look at the condition of the item. Many times, if you pick up a pair of sneakers, you can get an idea of whether you can clean them or not. Now, if there's holes in them or if the tread is really worn, you may not want to pick those up. They may be just too long gone. Many things you can throw into the washing machine. Clothing, just look at the care label. You can also throw stuffed animals into the washing machine. Make sure there's no rips, tears, if there's a chip in it, if there's a crack. You have to disclose that in the listing then. And it's very important to be transparent in all of your listings. I oftentimes take pictures and then put a big red circle around it so that no one can come back to me and say, you didn't tell me it had a crack in it. And believe me, I've had those issues before. Oftentimes when I get home from buying items, I pick up my Thrifter, Picker, Reseller expense book. I have a link below if you're interested, and I'm pretty analog that way. I like to write it down. Other people have spreadsheets. Do what works for you. You also want to take great photographs. You don't have to have the huge setup with lighting and everything. A lot of people don't have that. You can bring things outside and during the day take some nice pictures. After you've posted your listing, you might get some watchers. eBay will let you know 5 watchers or 0 watchers. But if you have some watchers, you can actually send them an offer. Say I have this item set at $29.99, but I really don't want to sell it for less than $25. There's 2 things you can do. One is when you're creating your listing, there's a place at the bottom underneath where you priced it to have a minimum offer. So you can say, okay, I'm selling it for $29.99, but in the listing I have minimum offer $23. And so if anyone comes in trying to make an offer for $18, it's an automatic offer refused. You don't have to deal with it. But if you have people who are watchers, you can make an offer to them. So if I have this item for $29.99 and I want to get $25 out of it, I will send offers out for $25. And there's also a place on there that says allow counter offers. I don't check the box because you can have it for $25, but that's it. I'm not going below that. Now, if you want to allow counter offers, that's up to you. I have a couple of more videos like this in the pipeline on eBay reselling and just the basics. One that I did do a while back, it's called I deleted 183 eBay listings. Refresh or sell similar. That one I'll link over here for you to look at. Yeah, I'll do a few more of these videos and hopefully it helps. Leave a comment below and let me know if this helped you out. Thanks for watching Long Island Thrifter. If you enjoyed this video, please tap the like button, and if so inclined, please subscribe. Until next time, keep on thrifting.